The Premier has cancelled Schoolies. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Well, I've got some breaking news and some sad news for all the Year 12ers out there who are hoping to enjoy Schoolies this year. But the Premier has cancelled Schoolies. Now, before we go through this media release, I'll bring up some images here on Google Earth to give people an idea of what Schoolies is. It's pretty much a week-long party down the Gold Coast. And, well, as you can see, there's lots of dancing, there's lots of drinking, there's lots of flirting, and there's lots of fun. People just celebrate and enjoy themselves after 12 years of high school, or of school. And, I mean, I went to Schoolies. I grew up down the Gold Coast. I'm, Miami High. Respect. And don't hold it against me. And, we were the nerds at school, and one of my friends managed to get an apartment. And because I was actually 18 years old, I could do the booze run. So I went and bought all the booze. And, we got drunk. We had fun. Girls over. You were going out. It was just a bit of harmless fun celebrating the fact that you'd finished school. And sure, people got into a bit of trouble. There was noise and parties and all this stuff. I was drinking some type of cognac and smoking cigars. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Bloody, 40 proof. Something strong. Something very strong I was drinking. You build up a tolerance for these things. And we just had great fun. Great fun with the mates. And I actually, I'll bring up Google Earth and I'll show you where this is, because I've got a few stories of Surfers Paradise, because I worked down there in the local Woolworths, of Surfers Paradise. And Woolies is like a shopping center. I was a service cashier is the technical term. So we'll zoom in here. So this is Brisbane here, and this is the Gold Coast. And it's where everyone goes just to party. Generally, students will get an apartment and you stay there for a week and you party. And where is it? Where are we looking at here? Where's Cavill? Here's Surface. And, I'm class of 99, guys, so I'm pretty out of date with it all. The last time I've been down there, it's just gone a bit crazy. So here we have... Yep, here we go. So here is... Cavill Ave. Here you've got the mall, and it's like packed with people there. There was the bottle shop we'd go to, which is still there, and all the clubs and everything, and it was great fun. But I worked down here. You might see, well, in this center, there's a Woolworths, a shopping center. I used to work there during the Schoolies time. This is even before I had my own Schoolies, and what you'd see is all the young people would be coming in and they'd be buying all food, and then as the week progressed, the Schoolies week progressed, they'd be buying super glue. They'd be buying cleaning products to try and get their bonds back for their apartments, because you'd have to pay a lot for apartments. And because I was working in the Woolies there, I got to know all the managers of the apartments. And there's one complex where we'd just hire it out all the time for apartment parties with all the girls and everyone from Woolies. Which one was it? I think it was... Is it still there? The Zenith apartment buildings. I think it was that one. Well, that's a new one. Yeah, I'm out of date. Nope, the building's gone. The building is gone. Anyway. So, Schoolies is fun. They've got older people that go there, that aren't high school kids. They're called toolies. That go out there and tool around and either to act like a tool. It's like the American Pie episode where they go back to high school and everyone makes fun of them, all the young kids. So, yeah, that's what Schoolies is. Big party for high school graduates, and they've earned it. Most of them are well behaved. There are a few stupid idiots, and a few people learn not to drink too much, but it's part of life. And so here, the Premier has cancelled it, or the Queensland Cabinet. And look how she's written it here. COVID cancels Schoolies. Well, no, it can't. No, it can't. A virus can't cancel things. It can't do things. The Premier has cancelled it. The Premier. Now, this may be the first time This may be the first time in the coming election that some of these people get to vote if they're 18 years old. Just remember that. Remember who ruined your schoolies. There's talk of people having to redo this year in high school. How much would that piss you off? This is being your last year of high school. Going, not going, changing the rules. You can't travel anywhere. And now you can't even go down the Gold Coast for a week with your friends. And you're probably not even the demo that's going to even notice it if you catch this illness. It's the final farewell gift from the boomers. So remember this. What are they? They'd be Zoomers, aren't they? Remember this, guys. So, Schoolies Week events will not proceed this year. Chief Health Officer Dr. Jeanette Young has designated mass gatherings of young people over multiple days high risk. Well, why didn't they do that when we had those protests, the BLM protests, The ones that Facebook are allowing to congregate, but then they're not allowing organizers of other protests to kind of where people want to advocate for their personal liberties and freedoms. We can't have that, can we? We can't have that. Here's the thing, that's why people need to look at alternatives. You need to have multiple sources to organize things. So anyway, this means organized events, including beachfront concerts will not be staged. Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk said the decision is unfortunate but inescapable. The pandemic means we cannot have mass gatherings, the Premier said. Parents need to know their children's safety comes first. Their children will be fine. Okay? Look at these people. Do any of them look like they're at a risk? They're all young. Some are 17, 16, 18, 19. They're young. Has to suck to be this the class of 2020. It has to suck. I feel sorry for them. We do not want them contracting or spreading the pandemic. There are how many cases in Queensland? Hardly any at all. Hardly any. The Premier said school leavers should still celebrate their achievement and take advantage of being able to travel throughout the state. Schoolies Week doesn't have to be just 1 week, the Premier said. We're good to go across Queensland to some of the most beautiful places in the world right now in our own backyard. I mean, that could be another thing. Schoolies is a bit trashy and fake. You could go camping with your mates. You could go up to Fraser. You could go fishing. Could go, out back. A lot of other places you can go to, but what if you can only have a crowd of 10 people? Accommodation providers will be required to register guests as part of their COVID-safe plans. Gatherings in residences, including holiday units, will be limited to no more than 10 people statewide from November until December 2011. Rules for restaurants, pubs and clubs are unchanged. Deputy Premier and Minister for Health, Stephen Miles, said those heading for end-of-year celebrations will need to make sure they are following the rules. No one is saying you can't celebrate the end of the school year, the Deputy Premier said. Go away with your mates by all means, but sadly, we have to keep the pandemic in mind. You always have to keep it in mind, guys. You have to keep it in mind. You can't forget. You can't forget. This is going to have a lasting impact on a generation. This really is. Chief Health Officer Dr. Jeanette Young said schoolies celebrations would be raised at the national meeting of health officials. This is not something unique to Queensland, Dr. Young said. I feel terrible for this year's school leavers who've already been through so much. But this is the reality of keeping every family safe from this horrible disease. So there we have it, everyone. The Premier and the unelected Chief Health Officer, well, they've cancelled schoolies. What do you think? Were you planning to go? Or do you have children or grandchildren that were planning to go? Do you remember your adventures from schoolies? We all celebrated when we finished high school, and it was an achievement. It really was. Do you think this will affect how people vote in the coming Queensland election? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, have a great day, and enjoy your schoolies wherever you can do it. Take care.